Hi all, my name is Haley Comet and welcome to my cosmic corner of the internet where we discuss all things astrology, and today exploring Venus in Gemini, how this placement manifests itself creatively, romantically, artistically, aesthetically. These are all the realm of Venus, and it takes such a fun, curious approach when it is found in the sign of Gemini. Before I diving into all of the Venusian magic, if you wouldn't mind, keep in the back of your head throughout the course of this video, dropping a like, comment, subscribe if I've earned it. Those little nudges and engagement is truly what helps me creating content. Without further ado, let's dive in. Venus in Gemini. So Venus is the planet of art, of beauty, of love. It basically rules what in this lifetime we adore, what it is that it's fun. Like our moon is like what satiates us, what nourishes us, but Venus is like what seduces us, what allures us. So for you with Venus in Gemini, you are very much someone who is seduced by curiosity and by the idea of novelty and the idea of learning something new. This is something that drives you, and it's why Gemini placements really exude this natural, eternal student sort of energy, because they are so perpetually open to new ideas, new experiences, and you kind of navigate life with this openness, like, oh yeah, I'll learn this, I'll go there, I'll meet this person. There's like this really open spirit, and with Venus and Gemini, you are someone who really thrives off of the idea that life is here to be explored. And you know, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is a trickster. So I think Gemini kind of encapsulates the spirit of not taking life too seriously and taking things light enough to find the humor and the fun and the adventure out of anything. I'll break this placement down to a couple of categories. So how this placement shows up financially, how this placement shows up romantically, and how this placement shows up creatively. So we'll start with financially. So Venus is money, right? Because it's what we love, what we value enough to take out our wallet and spend some money on it. So with Venus and Gemini, you may find that you're more likely to purchase experiences, to try new things, to go new places, to learn something new. You could be someone who, you know, you'll get your wallet out if it comes to buying this new book, even if you have 10 books that you've only half read through. No matter. This book looks interesting, let me go this. Or like wanting to travel a lot, have experiences, go on short-term journeys to just allow new stimuli into your mind. You also could find that you're really perpetually open to classes, certifications, yoga certifications, learning astrology, whatever it is. You are someone who is fueled off new stimuli coming in, and it makes you very intelligent as a result, because Venus is what we love. And like with Venus and Gemini, you do love learning, you love experiencing new things. Other manifestations of Venus and Gemini, so you can find you're always buying journals, like you love the written word, you love to like write letters to individuals. You could find that you spend a lot of money on social experiences, places where you can interact with other people, whether it's like, you know, clubs, or like always wanting to get together, or like a lot of money going to happy hour. And it's not necessarily that, you know, you're too much. I mean, other places, of course, if you have Taurus showing up other places or Cancer showing up other places, you might be more of a foodie, but it might not even be about the happy hour, about the food, but it's like just chatting with people, talking with people. Like those are the sort of experiences that you're more likely to shell out some money on. Now, let's talk about it romantically. If you're dating someone with a Venus and Gemini, I just want to set the record here straight, because it's one of those placements that people like side eye because they hear what I'm talking about like curiosity and novelty and openness, and they're like, does that mean that they're like open to other chicks? Because that doesn't fly with me. Not necessarily. So with Venus and Gemini, they have this strong desire to want to learn new things. I always used to say, like, if a Venus and Gemini breaks up with you, it was that they stopped learning from you. There wasn't any novelty in the relationship, which can be stressful. I personally, dating a Venus and Gemini, found it very stressful. I felt like I had to be a musician, constantly just pulling things out of my hat. Just like, well, did you know this about this? Do you want to go do this new thing? Like they have such a curiosity and openness to life that didn't gel with me. I was like, I just want to be in love and be at home, and I don't enjoy constantly having to go on these adventures with you, or like permeate new experiences with you. So it wasn't for me. I'm not trying to poison this placement with my experiences, because I love Venus and Gemini as friends. I think they're so fun, they're so curious, they're so open, but it's important to know when you're dating a Venus Gemini native is that they need that lightness, that fun, that playful sort of energy, like sort of banter in relationships. They want to be learning from you, learning from your mind. There could be other mitigating factors within the chart, but a Venus in Gemini is very, very intellectually and mentally stimulated, and they might really need to connect with you on that level. So if you're someone who more so thrives on emotions, they might not be as apt to take it there or as apt to associate that as romance. Like to them, like romance is, you know, a partner in crime, someone who you can go and learn about the world with and is down for all of these adventures and talking to new people. Like I said, attention span is not always their forte in life because they do have this strong desire to learn a lot about a lot. And sometimes they don't necessarily want to go too deep into any one thing because, you know, the Gemini part of their personality, or think about it, the twins, like the other twin is pulling away like, we gotta go learn about this. And they're like, we haven't even finished this book or finished this project, but okay. And they can be very distracted. If a Venus in Gemini gets bored, it's kind of quelling their natural desire to want to learn and to expand and to experience new things. So it's important that they find a partner, whether you are one or you're dating one, who really stimulates that, you know, lust for knowledge within them, who is down to go to the museums, to have these deep talks, to be sharing stories from your life that are interesting and that make life really rich, because they can't really stay still, or rather staying still bores them. Like they want to feel like life is expanding, and they'll want their partner to feel that as well. So another ideal partner for them would be someone who kind of like grounds them down, reminds them of the things that are ongoing, and doesn't take things personally if, you know, they were so into this idea 2 days ago and then they changed their mind. Like the energy of Gemini is duplicitous, so there is two sides, so they can change their mind pretty quickly. So I'm not saying Venus and Gemini are, you know, bad people or players or anything of the like. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they do have a, you know, lust for novelty, a lust for learning new things, and they're totally down for a partner in crime, for someone to come along with them. So creatively, Venus and Gemini tend to be very, very good with their words. They have a way with words. Like I said, they could, you know, write lovely handwritten letters or write in a journal. A lot of people, you know, express themselves creatively through language. So through, you know, poetry, through stories, through even like YouTube, like talking would be like an art form for them. Because if there's one thing Gemini knows how to do, it's how to talk, right? And with Venus and Gemini, there is a love for language and for expressing oneself that could filter into, you know, your creativity in a multitude of ways. And they also could be someone who really enjoys listening to podcasts, maybe creating a podcast of themselves. Could be true readers, love to read magazines. I found a lot of Venus and Gemini people love social media because they just really, like, Venus in our chart is what we truly value. And with Venus and Gemini, they truly value new ideas. They truly value discourse. They truly value intellectually stimulating conversations. So with Venus and Gemini, you know, there is this quest to always be learning and to be on their toes, to kind of retain that eternal student part of their personality. So this could be someone who, like, if they're working, they've got a podcast on, they've got 10 tabs open, and you might look at that and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out for them. But, you know, Gemini thrives when there's a lot going on. It's like, I think of Geminis, this is not their emblem is the twin, but I just associate the energy almost like with a butterfly. That's why I got my butterfly headband on, kind of fluttering, you know, from thing to thing. And that's really such a gift of Gemini placements, that they're fast on their feet, they're adaptable, they're quick, they're witty. That's why they're a gift in social situations, because they almost have this ability to flutter from thing to thing and to flutter from task to task. And their minds are equipped in such a way that they're simultaneously able to, like, draft email to this person, listen to this podcast, dream about a different idea. Like, remember, Gemini is the twins, right? Duplicity. So it's almost like they can have two avenues in their mind open for different tasks. And it's amazing. It's why they're so intelligent. It's why they learn so much. So an ideal partner for you as a Venus Gemini, or if you're dating a Venus Gemini, is someone who stimulates their intellectual capacity, and is someone who, rather than shielding them away from life because then they'll get restless and like run away, is someone who wants to explore life and deepen their curiosity with them and deepen their knowledge with them. If you're dating a Venus in Gemini, they will be extraordinarily, great with their words. There will be this fun in your union. Truly, Venus and Gemini people are so much fun. They make everything, they give everything this sort of light sort of angle, and they laugh. Like Venus and Gemini I found has a very good sense of humor. Like I said, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which it was a trickster. So it's almost like not taking life too seriously. Like Venus and Gemini will remind you to laugh. They'll make every mishap of life seem like something charming and hilarious. And truly, life will never be boring with them because they won't stand for a boring life. They need to fuel their desire for new stimuli, new experiences. It's so funny. I went to Venus Gemini's house pretty recently and she had all of these quotes around their home. So Venus is also sort of the looks that we're drawn to aesthetically. And it just made me everything was live, laugh, love, or all of these long quotes. Because like I said, Venus and Gemini do connect to words. They connect to language. You could also find, being aesthetically drawn to things that are a little bit new or a little bit different. Something that kind of stimulate, their curiosity, that you could find that they are drawn to things in pairs, things like duality, having two bookends on each side that are perfectly mirrored of one another. They could be drawn to, patterns and interior designs that aren't so stuffy and boring. Like I said, Geminis want life to feel light. They want life to feel fun. They want life to keep them on their toes. So they might be drawn to, brighter colors or bolder patterns or things that are just kind of fun and infuse the space with this lightness. You definitely need a sense of humor. If you're dating a Venus in Gemini, they love to laugh. They might adore comedy, going to comedy shows, listening to comedy. Like I said, the art forms they'll be drawn to will be diffused through words. An ideal date for a Venus Gemini is something where you take them somewhere new, where they learn something new, where they laugh a lot, and you guys are learning together. And this is a social butterfly sort of aspect. These individuals are really gifted in small talk and networking, so they could, this could be a great placement to take someone, have a double date with someone just so they have another person to learn about. And it's not saying that you are boring, you're not boring. Just keep in mind, with Venus and Gemini, there is a need for new stimuli and new people because they do have this portion of themselves where they're always trying to learn something new, and people are an amazing medium to do that. Friends, I would love to know which Venus placement should I do next. I'm doing this completely out of order, so whichever recommendation, this one was actually based on a recommendation. So if there is a Venus placement, your Venus placement that you would love to learn more about, please comment below. My Instagram handle is @HaleyCometAstrology. I post a weekly IGTV every single Monday morning called Magic Monday, where I take you through the week's astrology and how you can synchronize with it. And until we meet again, drink lots of water and stay cosmic.